What's up, boys? How's it going? Hoxo Senpai here, and today we're gonna take a look at my favorite sharpshooter build. Now there are two different variations of this build, one using a suit and express sense as perk deck, and then one using armor and anarchist as a perk deck of choice. Now they are both very good builds, however I prefer the suit one just because I think Houston looks cooler in the suit and it has also more survivability. However, the armor one's really interesting. It has very decent survivability. I mean, you're using anarchist for crying out loud, and but it also features a lot of utility and support for your team and yourself too. So let's go into our first build here. Now in the mastermind section, you can see that we have included Inspire and also medic bags for your team as well. On the sharpshooter branch, we pick up some of the necessary but useful skills to go up the tree and unlock the real spicy stuff like high value target, which gives you 65% extra damage to specials if they are 10 or more meters away from you. Now this skill is exceptionally useful because it allows you to one-shot any type of special enemy, except for bulldozers of course, on a headshot. Even if you get a penetration headshot on a shield, you will still kill them with one bullet, and we also pick up aggressive reload to help out with the reload speed of our sniper rifles. Note that you do need to get a headshot in order to trigger the skill, but it shouldn't be too hard because this whole build is revolved around getting headshots. And then lastly, we're gonna unlock ammo efficiency. Now in the past, I've said that ammo efficiency kind of sucks. Yeah, you need to get 2 headshots and then you get 1 bullet refund. I don't think it's too good. It's nowhere near as useful as something like fully loaded. But the problem is we can't really afford to go for fully loaded. We don't have the skill points necessary, and it's kind of a poor substitute. Yeah, but it does its job of keeping you stuck for longer periods of time. And believe me, without ammo efficiency, you do run with ammo problems with this build. And snipers are very efficient at killing. However, you can't always go for ammo pickups because your range is more medium to long range. So this is, in this case, what's the name? Ammo efficiency doesn't actually suck all that much. If you do manage to go for ammo boxes though, you shouldn't need to hit an ammo bag because ammo efficiency will do its job of keeping you stocked, like I said. Moving on to the enforcer tree, we're gonna pick up resilience ace for flashbang resistance and also bullseye. Since this build rewards you for getting headshots already, you might as well go in and get all your armor back when you get a headshot. This makes you more durable in combat, and it also works wonders with the express perk deck because you get all your health back once you get a headshot. And that's going to be all for this tree, so let's move on to the ghost tree. Since we're not going to pick up anything in tech. Now in ghost, we're going to get mobility and dodge skills such as the recover ace and also parkour ace, which allows you to reload while you sprint, which is awesome. Second wind for more mobility for when your armor is down, and also optical illusions basic, so the cops leave you alone so you can line up your shots calmly. Now moving on to the fugitive tree, we are gonna get the we're gonna get the classic trial of pussy skills, as I like to call them: Swan Song, Messiah, and Fainted Ace. Now notice I didn't ace 9 lives this time, but instead I went for another basic skill. Because this build uses its points very aggressively, so we have to be very efficient with them. And in this case, we'll save 1 skill point that's necessary somewhere else by going for running from death basic instead of going for 9 lives ace. Now, being point efficient is a skill that you have to learn when you're making certain builds in this game. Alright, so moving on to the second build in the mastermind tree, you'll notice that we won't go for ammo efficiency. Instead, moving on to enforcer, this build will use fully loaded ace. Now since this build uses armor instead of a suit, we're gonna go for Die Hard and Bullseye ace in the tank branch, and also Iron Man basic for a 30% extra armor, which works wonders with anarchist. And like I said, we are gonna pick up ammo bags along with fully loaded ace, and that's why we don't go for ammo efficiency on mastermind. Now you might be thinking, hey look, we have ammo bags and medic bags, so we can have whatever the team doesn't have, right? Well, yes and no. With this build, you can actually have both at the same time. Yeah, that's right, baby. On the tech tree, we're going to use the 12 points we saved from ammo efficiency, and we're gonna use them to pick up Jack of all trades. Now, you can actually bring medic bags and ammo bags for your team. Yeah, it's freaking OP, man. You just pick up whatever your team needs the most as primary equipment, and then whatever they have extra off as secondary. I haven't seen anyone doing this, and I think this is like so good. You always see sometimes that asshole that's running first aid kits, which they're not too bad, but they're not the best either. First aid kits are very selfish. So there you have it. I don't know why I haven't seen anyone use this at all. Well, probably because I don't play with friends. I don't play with pups. But anyway, I'm just rambling right now. So let's move on. Moving on. On the Ghost, we're gonna pick up some mobility skills to help out with our survival, and we're not gonna get anything fugitive because, well, you won't die with Archist. Well, I mean, like I said, this build has less survivability, as you can see, but with no skills such as Feign Death and Messiah. But you have really good ammo bags and really good medic bags. You can bring them both to battle for your team, so you have great utility. Moving on to weapons we're gonna use. I use what I like to call high damage sniper rifles, which are the R93 Monster Gun and the Platypus Sniper. Now obviously the Thanatos deal more damage, but it's just one sniper. This is going to allow you to one-shot shields through a penetration headshot, just like I mentioned previously. Depending on the map, you might want to use certain snipers modded differently. For example, I would use the Platypus with a lead combo and iron sights in something like a diamond. However, I would bring the R93 with a noscoped in a job like Watch Dogs. You know, it's all about knowing what type of encounters you will face, long, medium, or short. For our secondary weapon, we're gonna go with the RPG, since we're pretty crappy dealing with dosers. You know, maybe not at range, but at close quarters, if they get close, they're gonna decimate us. So, because it takes 3 headshots to kill them, and you fire really fast, you know. Wait, you fire really fast, my bad. Don't fire really fast. You can go for the grenade launcher if you want to as well, or a shotgun Daichi rounds, whatever you prefer, but you just need some type of crowd control. And my melee of choice is the Taser, as always, and my throwable is the Molotov. Moving on to our armor and equipment. In the first build, we are going to use a suit, like I said before, and the second one of the ballistic vests. I usually go for the heavy ballistic vest because, you know, the movement speed isn't that bad. And equipment, it's going to be medic bag for the first build, and both medic and ammo bags for the second build. For the playstyle of this build, we're going to want to be as far away from the action as possible, so we can sit back and snipe calmly all the pesky specials that are always trouble for our team. You know, this doesn't mean you shouldn't help out with objectives. It's just ideally try to stay away from this enemy, since snipers work obviously better at long range. But like I said before, you know, this is not all possible. This is not possible in all maps. So for close quarters, if you still want to use a sniper, then I recommend the Platypus because of its fast chamber speed. Combine this with a laser and a lead combo, and you get yourself a pretty decent close quarter weapon. However, notice that you will still be outclassed by things like akimbo, shotguns, SMGs, and all that stuff. And if you're close to specials, you might not be able to one-shot them with a headshot, by the way. So try to create as much space as possible between you and the cops. You will also need to prioritize who's gonna die first, which means you don't go for specials first. Now, to wrap up this build, we're gonna rate it in 3 categories. Ratings go from 1 through 10, the ranges being 1 through 4 bad, 5 through 7 average, and 8 through 10 awesome. Now the categories are flexibility, which is how good the build is adapting to every situation, efficiency, which is how good the build is at what it's supposed to do, and my personal enjoyment, which, you know, describes itself. Now for flexibility, I rate this build a 6 out of 10 because you can't always get away with being at a certain distance away from the enemy. It's just not realistic, you know. Whether you like it or not, cops will get close to you sometimes, and you're gonna have to end up having a worse version of a shotgun most of the time. However, it still one-shots them, and snipers modded properly can deal with threats at close quarters in a decent manner. So especially if your aim doesn't suck. So yeah, that's why I give it a 6 out of 10 in flexibility. In efficiency, I give this build a solid 10 out of 10. Well, because you're basically an assassin. Your job is with this build is to make sure tasers don't even get close enough to taste any members of your team, to kill the shields before they disrupt you and your team, to kill cloakers before they insta-kill any portion of a bitch, to blow up dosers before they get a chance to start shooting at you. You know, everything dies in one shot or in one rocket. But you get the idea. Yeah, you might not be able to kill super fast squads of normal enemies coming towards you, but you're not useless against them. You can take them out pretty quickly if you know what you're doing, and, you know, as long as you don't really miss too much. So yeah, if you don't miss, if you have good aim, this build is very effective. Now for my personal enjoyment, I rated a 10 out of 10 because, well, I just fucking love using sniper rifles. They're my favorite class of weapons in the game. My favorite weapon in the game is locomotive, yeah, because of how enjoyable it is to use, but my favorite class of weapons are snipers as a whole. I never get bored of them. The locomotive, I actually do get bored of it sometimes, even though it's my favorite weapon in the game. So yeah, just thank you Overkill for introducing these beautiful weapons to the game, because you know maybe some of you guys don't know, because a lot of you might have come after snipers were in the game, but at first they weren't in the game, and when they added snipers in the game, oh my god, the world was just a beautiful place. Anyway, this is gonna wrap up the video, and let me know in the comment section below how you would like to see this build videos improved, and also if you guys like the video, like the build, show your support by quick scoping the like button. Anyway, I'll see you later, and don't forget to give your me a cool rub, guys. Later.